Okay, so next I'm going to take you through to the Finance tab, and that's where you click on Check My Pay. Now obviously this is just an example test site at the moment, but as you can see we've got some prompting here which says please use this sheet as a guide to check your hours as base pay for errors. You should receive a payslip each week that contains more information and any loading, super, leave, etc. So don't worry if you can't see those here. This is only for your hours. So basically you've just got your name, the start date, the site, start time, end time, and your total hours. And obviously when you've got all your hours there for the week, you'd be able to see, and you've got a pay rate obviously, you'll be able to see the amount. So that's finance. Next we'll go to HR. So under HR we've got Betterway and my unavailability. So Betterway, basically this is just a page where you could record Betterways or any issues you're having with the website, and that speaks to our code writers, and it could be from anything, because us code writers or management we're not out on the floor like you guys are, so you're out on field. There could be things done differently on the mobile that you would prefer, or things to be done easier, or if there's an issue with the web portal that you're using at the moment, you could always make a suggestion or a complaint, whichever way. This is really basic, and a lot of our pages prompt you on how to do things anyway, but basically you just add a new issue here. Roll it up so you can see. I'm basically just going to put test as the issue. Procedure, so the area means it's either the procedure or website or IT or admin, safety, damage, loss. It could be anything that you want to report on. A client complaint you can put in there as well. Internal audit findings, anything to do with supplier, HR, NV, and WHS, invoicing, payroll and customer service. So it's just a sort of short sort of page to be able to report anything. So I'm just going to put in damage for argument's sake, clause I'll put in test, suggestion I'll put in test. Now page address is only when you're sort of complaining about the website or making a suggestion for the website. Each of our pages, I'll just scroll up just so you can see, has got an address here. And you'll notice that each page does, and that way management and code writers can then see which page you're talking about, because at the moment we haven't given you that many pages, but as soon as you get used to these tabs, we will then add on some more features and teach you how to use those. But initially we didn't want to put too much on there to start off with. So basically you could just select from our drop down, so you don't even need to type it, the page that you're referring to, and then you hit insert, and there you have it. So there's your entry there, and the code writers and management will have a look at that and say, yay, we're gonna go with that, great idea, or oh yeah, that's a really bad complaint, and action it. So it's a good way of staff members who are out on the field relaying back any information that they feel is important, and it's a good way to show management that you're involved and you care as well. So yeah, based on how many Betterways you put in and whatnot, shows your enthusiasm for the company and wanting it to progress and be better. Yeah, I'm sure you get bonus at the end of the day for that. Kidding, don't quote me on that. Next, what have we got? We've got my unavailability. So this is where you put in your unavailability, and I'll show you how to do that. So you basically put in that you're unavailable from, say, whatever date that you wish to be unavailable from. Make sure you put in the times as well, because you could be unavailable on the 2nd, but not until, 1600, for example. So you're going to come back on the 6th, but you won't be available until after, let's say, 1800, for argument's sake. Reason being, let's just put holiday with family. Oh, still even know how to spell. With family, and then we're going to hit insert. Now management will look at this. They will either approve it, deny it, reason for denial if they do, and the manager that action this for you. So you'll be able to see the result there for your unavailability, and then controller management also get that on their end, and they'll be able to see that you need some time off. What do we got next? Next, now off. This is really the main page. So my roster. Here you've got your roster. You're going to either approve it, record successfully updated, or you're going to reject it. We're going to reject it. You need to explain why you're rejecting the work, then press reject again. So basically you put your notes in there and then hit reject. And then we confirm again. Confirm. We're going to confirm again. You can see here we've got a little sick icon as well. So if you are sick, and I'm not sure how many hours you need to give notice, but if you are sick, you simply hit the sick symbol, which is calling sick. You need to explain why you're calling in sick, and then hit the icon again. And you'll find that a lot when you're pressing icons, that you need to explain, have a please explain. So I'll just put it in test again, and I'm going to hit my sick, so that then notifies your control room that you're not feeling well. Now today we're going to 244 minutes late, but anyway, let's just ignore that. Today I'm going to show you how to jump on and record and sign on and off. So I'm just going to hit that button there, which is taking me to the booking form. You've got your booking details there, so that will give you all the job details. And obviously it's just a test site again, so not all the details in there, but it will be. You're going to sign on. So you just press your little clock, and it's really easy because from your mobile you're basically just pressing icons. You're not really typing or pressing anything else or making calls. We need to explain why we're so late though. So there, we're going to just put in a note, just say test, and I'm going to sign on again. Okay, so then we're on site, and we're going to proceed to press our icons here and get to know how we log in some details. So basically all your icons, when you hover over them, they've got an explanation of what they are. So we've got patrol, commenced, secured, unsecured, and when you're pressing these, it actually gives a text. So you don't really have to type anything, just press buttons. It gives you the date, time, vehicles on site. But look, with vehicle on site, and you wanted to put in the rego number because it shouldn't have been on site, you do have to obviously put in the rego number. But all the hard work's done for you, and you sort of got all the wording there already. Driver's license, if there was someone that was meant to be on at work at the time, they're there and you thought it was odd, you may want to get their license number. Do that, check your power. Your patrol's completed. It's got your date, your time. Hit log, and then that log is inserted. And that way, the client and management get a report on anything you need to report on. And you can do this throughout the night if anything changes. If nothing happens, then basically just sign on and you're done. Record issues. Also, you can take pictures of issues. So let's basically just choose that file. You have to put in a note though. Let's put in test again. You can put in a safety issue, maintenance issue. And this is fantastic because you're reporting for the client as well. So when you're putting in this information, the client gets it and management gets it. So it's a really good system. And you're just going to basically hit record incident thereafter if you do have an incident. Again, we've got icons. So first aid was needed. You can see it was written there. There was a fire. There was a break-in. There was a theft. You can go on if you were doing RSA and, you know, person showing signs of intoxication. You've got person refused entry. Oh, I like this icon. Person acting aggressively. Police was called in. And then you can take a picture again for the client. So I'll just take this again. Upload. You may need to clear your cache and return to see any results. So, but that's quite normal when uploading things. Then you hit log the issue. Record successfully inserted. So without, it's quite effortless. You've just created a report for the client and for management by using the icons, and you will get used to all the icons and how the system works. So basically that's your login web portal in a nutshell. You can always go back to your roster, have a look. You can always click back on the job and enter more details or make changes to what you've done already. But you can see there that at 1806 you got some notes there of what you took. So yeah, don't worry about messy handwriting anymore or anything wrong. We've got all the icons to help you and make it really fast, because we know you're doing security. It's a very serious job. Last thing you want to be there is on your mobile, you know, typing a whole incident report. So although these icons look fun, in hindsight they just sort of prevent you from actually spending too much time on reporting on what's going on. So I hope this was all easy enough to get. Thank you. Bye.